Hey guys, BrickWizard59 here today, coming at you with yet another First Order Star Destroyer update. And so I know it's been a bit of time since my last update, but once again I was definitely quite busy and I really haven't had time to make orders for parts for this mock, as I'm a little bit low on funds, especially with my other Tatooine mock going on. But once again I'm here with yet another update. And so in this update, we haven't really had too much done, as today this update will be focused on the interior and what all we've done so far, as well as what all is to come in the future. So definitely stay tuned. Alright, so without further ado, let's get in and take a look. Alright, so here's how it looks all opened up, and as you can see, of course, I have definitely been working a bit here on this middle section for this update. And this section also I did end up finalizing and making some few quick adjustments, and we'll again take a closer look at that in just a sec. But basically, in terms of all the sections, so here of course will be the bridge of the Star Destroyer. This will be where you have this is basically like the interrogation room. So you of course have the chair that Rey and Poe are interrogated in. And then this section here is actually for Darth Vader's helmet, as I'll get into that in just a sec. And then the final section here, not completely sure what's going to go there, as there once again, I am waiting for some more detailed specs of the Star Destroyer to be released, so I can have a few more ideas of what to put there. But in the very corner, that's just the communications device for Supreme Leader Snoke. So basically how that would work is you can just place the hologram on top. Now once again, that's not the finalized design, but that is pretty much where it will be going. But now let's go ahead and take a closer look. First off here we have the bridge, which is of course made of 4 studs by 13 studs, and definitely it looks pretty good. You can see on the side we do have plates and these like type of grill piece alternating pattern there, and I definitely think that looks pretty good. And it's a bit tough to see, but you could see one of them does actually have a control panel on each side. And like from the trailer and all, you could see of course there were tons of like small computer panels on each side, which were like red and black. So I added this stickered piece there, as you can see. Again, there's one more on this side, and this is pretty much, I'm sure, from the Darth Malgus's ship. And that actually was like the exterior, but this really looks good as the computers, and it really gives it that type of bridge feel like you've seen even in the Clone Wars, as well as here in Star Wars Episode 7. So the bridge is pretty much complete. All I really need to do is add chairs, but without chairs, you could see you can actually fit 2 figs at least on each side, and then you of course could take one more for the deck. Now of course, when you close up the vehicle, you can't actually stand someone here, but these 2 figs will sit in there with the vehicle closed. So actually, I just want to point out everything that is in place right now. The vehicle, it can actually be closed up with it in its current position. All right, so here is the next section here, which I definitely think is looking pretty good. A little simple, so I will definitely be adding something here. And now my original design was to add like a wall in between, but that a wall is pretty tough to do, especially in terms of you need a height and all, that you don't really have too much space and all, so it's kind of tough to do a wall, so this is what I've got so far. So we'll actually just take a quick look at the chair here, which I think looks pretty good. You can see I got some droid arms, and you got a hinge plate so it can go up and down. And then here is just a look at the back. And then I just put a protocol droid in there for now. And actually, while we have that removed, I added this cool like wall design here where I took these 1x5 bricks. These are from the Death Star, and I think this really looks good. On the side, it gives it more of that ship feel. And this type of design is seen throughout, like in the walls of like the Star Destroyer from Star Wars, the original trilogy, as well as this new trilogy. So I definitely think it looks quite good. Alright, moving along, we do have two of these computers, which I think look pretty good. They match that dark, moody tone of the interrogation area. And then on this side, it is a bit tough to see, but this is actually just a table, and that's where actually I will be having Darth Vader's helmet be placed. So yeah, and now we'll actually just take a look at the final section. Alright, so here's the final section. Now I just turned it around so you can get a better look, but this is of course the small hologram area here. And then of course I just added the Emperor Palpatine hologram for now. So you can see here it's pretty much empty. This area here will actually be the like the engines and like reactor room. Then I have these awesome stickered pieces which I'm gonna be using for the actual like engine or reactor. So that's gonna be pretty good. You can see I have some pipe detailing and a computer where I'll have one of our first order crew members can operate. So that's actually all there is in this section. I know for sure I will be having like Kylo Ren, the area where Kylo Ren like rages on those and destroys those computers. This was just a rough design of what I made. Don't like it too much. I like these parts. I'm not a huge fan of this part. So I'm gonna have to do some more prototyping in terms of making my own computers. But other than that, it's pretty much empty. So if you have any ideas of what you want to see in here, you can definitely put that down in the comments. If there's something you saw in the movie and you remember that, definitely you can put that down in the comments. And finally, we actually have this small section here, and right now I'm not completely sure, but I'm gonna put some sort of secret, like a box or compartment where you will have some dark secret of the First Order. So I just thought I'd show you that. And actually, while we're at this, I just also forgot to mention what I can actually do in the very back section, which is right here. I did actually think of putting some of these prototype TIE fighters in the back and make a mini hangar bay. Actually, that also would be pretty cool, but that was just a quick little other idea that I thought of. But that's going to actually do it for this update. Alright, so that's going to do it for update number 4 of building the First Order Star Destroyer in LEGO. So I know I didn't really have as much progress done in this update. Definitely in the next update, I will be by then I should have parts to complete the top and maybe get a few more ideas into the interior. And I mean, we are definitely getting close to already completing this project. So it's definitely quite exciting. Definitely stick around, stay tuned for more updates. Next update should be coming out in another couple weeks. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is BrickWizard59, and I'll see you all next time.